Revolution 3. I'm still into some of the background uh, leading to my participation in the glorious revolution of 1989, which took down Ceausescu. Kangaroo trial, let's admit to that. And then he was shot dead in a military garrison, some 80 kilometers that way. Let's say about 50 miles. He was guilty of many things, on the other hand. And like they say in the movie, because they must make a movie. With warning, don't watch, it's not interesting. Never mind liking it and commenting that it's nonsense and gibberish or whatever. It is. We admit to that from the beginning. But we're in the vein of Outliers, classic by Malcolm Gladwell, 10,000 hours of practice over 10 years. That's 3 hours a day. So we're not intoxicating people for 3 hours. We're just putting on maybe 15 minutes of this thing daily. So at the end of 10 years, we can maybe produce a masterpiece. After all, Mozart did it. There are examples in the book. The Beatles are analyzed and exposed in the book. Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, and quite a few others. True, you need talent, and that seems to be lacking here, and quite a few a special set of skills to quote Liam Neeson in those Taken movies. I have a special set of skills. Don't mess with me. We're doing the practice. Now, the results would not be outstanding, and many things are missing. We said that. A few years back, we mentioned the revolution. We go back, and maybe also forth, we'll see, from this critical moment, the most important contribution, small that it was. So, student days, I mentioned my pupil from Jordan, the guy with the coffee, in previous episodes so far. And there was a disappointment at one point in this educational cycle, because coming in with some important expectations, it became apparent that still this is not the calling, the vocation I was looking for. Speaking of this, Tal Ben-Shahar, Harvard professor of positive psychology, which is the most popular course there ever, and you can find online on YouTube. And it's free of charge. He has some important classes he teaches separately now. I gather there are a few $1,000 or many thousands of dollars, I'm not sure. But this is available freely. So he talks about calling. There'll be 3 groups. The groups of the things we like, the group of the things we're good at, and the group of the things that have meaning for us. And where these intersect, that's what we should look for our vocation, for our calling. Because if we do that, then we get paid to do what we like to do anyway, even if we were not paid, which is fantastic. You don't go to a job, which is... And anyway, studies have shown that in every profession you have 3 groups of people doing the job. Indeed, one is those who just do the job for the money to get food. Then you have a third, which are looking for some progress, some climbing up, if you will. But the third group is the happiest, those who are doing it for the calling. And in this book, there's an example in hospitals. You have janitors in this last latter, most important for us to be in group. The janitors who find a calling, have a calling, being happier than the doctors who are in the category of those who just do it because they pay, do it for the money, for the paycheck at the end of the month. And how those janitors would see their job as important because they clean, because they keep the others healthy. But it's not just that, they put much more into it. They go, when studied, it was seeing that they interact with the others, sociable. They go in the rooms with the patients. You want me to change something here for you? Maybe put those flowers nearer to you. Family brought or fix this painting. You see what I mean? And they put much more into it. Now, with geology, it was true. It was a choice between evils. It seemed to be a lesser evil. Engineering would be in a factory, would be with the we're talking the communist propaganda. Then that was the same for humanities, if you will. You had even more of the crap in the humanities. Economics were imbibed in communist program. It was a socialist economy, socialist system. You were taught and supposed to apply a rotten thing. So, and speaking of that, I understand there's an anecdote with something that might have happened, and maybe it's a myth. He's supposed to have said, and maybe he didn't. I'm not sure. But sounds about right. Sounds as if it happened many thousands of times throughout communist